Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero has promised support for a family that lost 3 relatives when a double-storey building collapsed in Doornkop in Soweto. The mayor visited the family to offer condolences, but also issued a stern warning, saying the structures of the land are illegal and unsafe for settlement. Johannesburg Public Safety MMC for the city of Johannesburg, Mgcini Tshwaku, joins us this evening. Dr. Tshwaku, we do understand that tonight you're meeting with tenants at Wimbledon Court in Johannesburg, where we're also hearing that residents claim they are living in hijacked and unsafe buildings in the city centre. Maybe let's start there. Given the recent tragedies like that in Soweto of the building collapse, what assurances can you give this evening to residents that the city is indeed taking seriously this issue over unsafe buildings and also issues of bylaw enforcement for the city of Johannesburg?
Good evening, Kand, and good evening to your viewers at home. As you know, Ndanda, one of the priorities of the city is the bylaw enforcement. For too long, even with the previous administration, they've never had a permanent director of bylaw. Actually, when we found it, it was actually collapsed, if I can put it that way. And also, we've managed to appoint a director of bylaw, which is Director Alfred Fortain. And then also we've advertised for additional 500 MPOs, which are going to start training in January, like next month. Those will be dedicated on bylaw enforcement. So the citizens of Johannesburg, they've seen us. We've been removing, illegal structures in the city. We've been enforcing, all those street traders who don't have a permit or they don't trade at designated areas. We have actually had to move them. So as you can see that we're really, really serious on this issue. And I know that on the inspection, the inspection of the houses, the inspection of the properties, my colleague there in MMC Mgcini, they have also going to increase their capacity because they don't have enough building control inspectors. So I know that there's a move to really add those, because one of the problems in the city is that individuals, they change structures. They just start with the construction without the approval of the city. That is the main problem there, is that, the person was doing he was actually going, doing the upstairs. If you're going to do the upstairs, you have to put in a slab. That slab must be approved by the city and an engineer, a structural engineer for that matter. So that was not done. So individuals, they just wake up, and then they just they start to actually build. I want to put it on record, by the way, just to be transparent, to be open, is that the population, the individuals that are staying next to the Jukskei River, there are structures there similar to the one at the Doornkop. We've been meeting with them. And I think now they've seen that we were not bluffing when we're saying that these structures can actually collapse. There are structures of that nature in Alexandra. And I've been warning the owners that if they don't take them down, we're going to come with the EMS, write them off, go to the business, to the planning department, and request that those structures can be, demolished. I'm going to do an oversight tomorrow. You'll see them. Similar, they've got structures there. They've got the upstairs. There are 10 of them, and they are renting on those as well. So we've been on top of this. It's unfortunate that actually happened at that place there in Doornkop.
You call this an unfortunate incident in Doornkop, but given that the structure was occupied at that time when this building collapsed, can we clarify whether it was an approved building and if it indeed complied with municipal building regulations in the city?
No, it was not done. That building was an illegal building, totally. And when we looked in terms of when we searched for its building plan, it was not there. myself, when I was there, immediately when I asked is that I asked the person, the contractor, and I mean the EMS and the guys are looking for the person who built that place, because the contractors, they must ensure. I mean that should have been, that is a bogus constructor, because a constructor should know that the plans must be approved by the city. And also, I mean, before you can even put up a slab, there must be a structural engineer that is going to be approving that. So we're actually going to be looking for an individual who constructed that structure there, because that's a person that can be held directly liable into that.
Dr. Tshwaku, you did highlight that these kind of structures are a common sight along, for instance, on the Yangtze River in Alexandra.
Yep.
But how common are illegal or non-compliant structures in areas like Soweto, for instance? And what risks do they pose to public safety?
Look, I mean, with this message, I want to really tell the people that before they can do any renovations, we've been saying this every single time when we come out, and then people, they think that we are actually bluffing, is that there are many even in Soweto and in the inner city as well. That's why you've seen that many shops we've actually been closing. And you find that some of the buildings, people have extended the walls, they've broken some other walls. They don't know that those walls are actually propping maybe a ceiling. So when you remove them, everything actually collapses. And we've seen that in our analysis. In majority in the townships, that's where our people, they don't actually respect this bylaw. They just wake up in the middle of the night or something, say that I'm going to extend my house without approaching the city. And it's something that we need to really have a mind change on them, because they've seen now, once you start with the renovations and you start changing the structures and something happens, you are going to be held liable and criminal charges can be laid against you. So these things here, it serves as a warning to all those who are really renovating their houses, building structures on top. Don't do it, because those structures can actually collapse. We will show you tomorrow at the Jukes K. It's very, very bad. We've been meeting with them, and the owners, they thought that we are being unfair. Because even theirs is worse. They don't even have a slab. They've got some form of a flooring that we don't understand that can collapse on top of the people. But we will go there as well. But I can tell you now, January, we're not going to end up until those, whether we're going to close up the site or we're going to ensure that those structures are demolished.
MMC, as we wrap our conversation, I also want to hear your input on this. Minister Dean McPherson has ordered a national-level probe through the Council for Built Environment. How is the City of Johannesburg cooperating with such an investigation?
No, it's fine. Look, all the government entities, they can come on board. I mean, they will get, the cooperation with the EMS, because at the end, we must all put politics aside. When things like this happen, we must use any avenue that can assist to ensure that people, they actually comply. If it comes to us there, we will take him through. EMS was there, the disaster management was there, the planning department, building control. These colleagues are ready. Let's do a proper investigation. And I think that on our side, as the outreach through the JMPD, we are going to go out there and really remind our people that any renovations that you do, the plans must be approved by the city. So we will collaborate with any department, national, province, that are going to come through. We all come together and ensure that no incident must actually happen.
That was Johannesburg Public Safety MMC, Dr. Mgcini Tshwaku, speaking to us about the ongoing probe into the Soweto building collapse that claimed the lives of 3 people, including a child. Now, authorities say investigations are underway to determine the cause of this collapse and also to establish accountability. Now, the city has also urged residents to report unsafe structures as efforts continue to prevent similar tragedies. Now, this is a story that we'll continue to follow quite closely, or the themes around unsafe structures in the city of Johannesburg.